wanted to talk to you really quickly about zinc deficiency because 25% of the population suffers from it. So I'm going to talk about signs that you might be deficient, and once you hear your body talking to you, you might incorporate different foods that I'll mention next. And then I'll lastly mention things that reduce the levels of zinc absorption. So if you're impotent, if you have no sex drive, if you have a lower testosterone, that's a sign that you might be zinc deficient, and if so, it's a pretty easy thing to correct and way more fun maybe. If you suffer from hair loss, if you suffer from loss of taste, loss of smell, if your nails are brittle, if they're thin, if they tend to crack easily, if they have grooves in them or white lines going through them, or if you lose your nails, those are all signs that you might be deficient in zinc. Nail bed reading is the most fascinating, maybe not the most, but it's up there. Other things, loss of appetite, weight loss, slow to heal from injuries, or more susceptible to colds and flus or infections. Those are all signs that you're low in zinc. If you're irritable, if you have diarrhea, those are all signs that you're low in zinc. If your tongue burns, if you have eye problems, those are all signs that you might be deficient in zinc. Of course, a lot of these symptoms have crossovers with other things, but if you're seeing a correlation with several of them, that might be an indication that you're low. So the highest on the chart by far is oysters. As a Canadian, every month that ends in ER, I shuck them and suck them. I love them. You can also have smoked oysters if you're not into the raw. Lamb's next on the charts if you eat red meats. Beef is also high. Crustaceans are really high, particularly crab. Crustaceans, shellfish are higher than fish, but fish has some. Pumpkin seeds are actually really high. I suggest having 10 raw pumpkin seeds a day. Chicken, almonds, cashews, beans, rolled oats, eggs a little bit, and very little, but still worth mention, is pomegranates, avocados, broccoli, kale, garlic. Those are all minor sources of zinc. So our body doesn't store zinc. We don't have a zinc storage system, and so we need to constantly be taking in zinc because it builds our white blood cells, which is, our lymphocytes are a great part of our immune system. Basically, they are the biggest part of our immune system. And so if you're low in that, you tend to be more susceptible to disease, more susceptible to infections, and very slow to heal from whatever you're working through. So it might be worth mentioning also that it affects your thymus. It can shrink the thymus if you have a zinc deficiency. It slows the function of the thyroid down, so it can lead to issues like hypothyroidism. It can enlarge your spleen, and it creates more inflammation on the body, so it creates more pain. Other things that lower the amount of zinc are also worth mentioning. So if you're on antacids, if you're diabetic, sugars, carbohydrates, which is why you probably became a diabetic. Well, not always, but just to say that's a huge correlation. What else? Fatty liver, gut damage. So again, any diverticulitis, Crohn's, colitis, irritable bowel, all of those are reasons why you need more zinc in your body. And also stress is a huge factor. So if you're going through stress, you need more of everything, more B vitamins, more love, more time to make yourself feel better are probably some of the most important things if we're not talking nutrients. So have the bath, have the hike, read the book, journal, meditate, have an orgasm, whatever feels good for you that doesn't hurt anybody is probably a great way to lower your stress levels. Lastly, I just wanted to mention, what am I forgetting? I don't know. Oh, blood clotting. It's an essential function for blood clotting and for normal growth and development in breastfeeding moms, in pregnant moms, in adolescents, and in children. They need a lot more zinc. So particularly, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, consider having a good amount of zinc in your diet. And zinc from supplements, new research showing that it might actually cause a zinc deficiency, as well as cause anemia, which is an iron deficiency, which both of those things are key players in your immune system, iron and zinc. So really consider the food sources instead of popping any processed pills. I hope that was helpful for you. My name is Steffi Sear. I'm the founder of Inner Insights Holistic School and Spa. I wish you a wealth of health. Let me know in the comments anything that comes up for you. Happy to answer questions. Take care and be well.